Hello friends, this is Vijay Bhambwani here. I'm back with you in this video to basically discuss about a very exciting a new investment opportunity that we have in India after a very long waiting period. I hope my videos have made you a better 360-degree worldview trader. Especially in the last couple of weeks, I've recorded videos like how to analyze sugar stocks in the background of the cyclicality of the crop, and then alcohol stocks in the background of cyclicality of sugar, and then what to look for in a good hotel stock. Basically, a macro view of what's happening. I'm particularly excited about the video that I made about a boom coming up thanks to the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Act between India and UAE and the bonds getting listed overseas. Now, obviously, a lot of my viewers are a little anxious about whether all these issues will impact the investment in bullion that they have made so far. And more importantly, after almost 2 decades of waiting, we are now being offered a silver ETF, an exchange traded fund in India, and whether it's a good idea to invest in the silver ETF. So let me take this one step at a time. Initially, I said gold would jump by 31st December 2021, which I later modified to 2022 for the simple reason that the kind of inflation that I was expecting was not happening by the end of 2021 as per my statistical models. So more than 2 quarters ago, I shifted the goalpost and I said, look, it's not happening in 2021. There's a better probability in 2022, 31st December. If you are monitoring what's happening in the world around you, you're basically seeing what's happened in China. There's been an economic, a credit crisis rather, which is spiraling out to the economy by itself, which means that the Chinese insistence on having the Chinese currency as one of the global reserve currencies is going to be pushed back for a while. So it is the US dollar as a primary global reserve currency, then you have the euro, the Japanese yen, etc., etc. Which means in the currency space, the room has just gotten smaller. Secondly, with the spikes in fuel prices, with the way natural gas and crude oil prices are jumping, also disruption in the supply chain thanks to the economic distress in China, there is going to be a good deal of impression, which is good for both gold and silver. So this is something that I was betting on, and slowly but surely I'm seeing events unravel, unfold in front of my eyes, which is what I had anticipated. To be very honest, any investment call, any investment or trading view sometimes hits the mark along expected lines. Sometimes it takes a little while longer, and there are times when it actually misses the target completely. That's the way the investment world is. Nobody, and I have never claimed to have a magic wand which can address all issues and hit bullseye all the time. So the element of time is what has got stretched out in our bullion investment, but I'm quite confident that the inflation that I was expecting is coming. It's just the waiting period that is a variable here. That's settled. Let's now go to where the silver ETF is headed and whether you should be investing money in it or not. Now, first of all, I stand by my view that silver in percentage terms, if you are okay with the idea of tolerating higher volatility. Now, for example, how much of a higher volatility you will actually have to bear with when you're investing in silver. If gold goes up hypothetically over a long period average, LPA, I'm talking of LPA, long period average. If gold goes up or goes down by 1%, silver tends to go up and go down by 1.28 to 1.30%. So ballpark, it's about 28 to 30% more volatile than gold. In rallies, it rises higher. In declines, it falls faster. But net, inflation will help silver. So we figured out for ourselves that silver is a good buy. And whatever I have said about silver being used in the 5G industry, all you need to do is basically Google search. You cannot have a fifth generation GSM mobile internet connectivity without deploying silver in the switching systems. Electric vehicles, you need silver in each and every vehicle. Internet of Things, you can't do without silver. Photovoltaic cells or solar cells, you can't do without silver. So all the past videos about why silver should go up because it's an industrial application, hedge against inflation and a store of value, remain on track. Those arguments remain valid as ever. So silver should be invested in. Now, whether you should invest in the ETF, I think the silver ETF makes sense for the simple reason that if you were to hypothetically invest, say about 1 crore of rupees in bullion, all it would take you is 2 kilos of gold or less to deploy 1 crore rupees, right? Now, when it comes to silver at approximately 60,000 rupees per kilo, can you really imagine pumping in more than a quintal and a half? Now, that is a problem. That is a problem. You'll have to buy 150 kilos of silver to deploy 1 crore, and storage then becomes a problem. Of course, there are private and public sector banks and even non-banking institutions that allow you storage facilities by way of commercial vaults that they give you on rent. But believe me, it adds on to the cost month after month, year after year. Then, of course, there is that fear of theft. Silver being bulkier, you can't really move it around with you. If you were to buy a kilo of gold, it'll be something of this size. It's called Cadbury in Zaveri Bazaar in Mumbai for the simple reason that it looks like a bar of Cadbury chocolate coated in the golden color aluminium foil. So one Cadbury can easily fit into your pocket just like a cell phone is, and you could carry around 1 or 2 Cadburys on your person. You moving around with 1 crore and a half, maybe even 2 crores on your person, nobody would be any wiser. But try carrying around 1 crore worth of silver around you and you know what I mean. So ETFs solve that problem. Now the other issue about silver is because it is more volatile, the spread. Now when I talk about the spread, I mean the difference between the buy price and the sell price. Now if you were to go to Zaveri Bazaar, if you were to go to a pedi is a traditional shop which buys and sells silver, mostly a wholesale shop. Now wholesalers are cheaper to buy and sell too. Okay, so the spread between a gram of gold would be nothing more than 120 to maybe 150 rupees per gram. So if you were to buy and sell, the spread would be 150 to 120 rupees. That's very, very affordable. And since people don't really buy large quantities of gold, that 120 bucks is actually not really much. But in silver, when you tried to buy and sell a kilo of silver, remember kilo would be nothing more than approximately, ballpark, 60,000 bucks. So most investors would be able to deal in silver in multiples of kilos. The spread could be anything between 1,200 rupees to 3,000 rupees per kilo. Now that kind of spread means somebody is eating away, somebody is hacking into your profits and pocketing it just by way of bid and offer spread or the buy and sell difference. All right. Now that is very unaffordable. Plus again, you have GST on silver, which you are paying when you buy and when you are selling, unless you have a registered dealer's number, which is a registration number with a Bullion Merchants Association, you will be deemed as an unregistered dealer or a URD, and you would lose out on a certain portion of these transaction costs. So buying and selling silver in physical, unless the price really jumps up 30, 40, 50, 60%, will be a little less economical as compared to silver ETFs. Here you will buy it just like an equity share in the stock exchanges, in the secondary markets, and bid and offer spreads will obviously be a lot more smaller as compared to the physical aspect in Zaveri bazaars or the gold bullion market. Every city in India would have its own bullion area where people go and buy and sell jewelry and raw bullion also. So the bid and offer spread in silver taken care of. Now we basically come to the unit cost. Now in the gold ETF, and by the way, gold ETF market has a corpus of 16,350 crores if my memory serves me right. And these figures are up to end of August 2021. That's how big the gold ETF or the exchange traded fund market is in India. The silver market can be a lot more bigger for the simple reason that silver is a poor man's gold. Alright, so gold is traded in multiples of 1 gram in most cases, but you also have some funds, exchange traded funds, where you are trading gold in less than a gram. Alright, so silver, when you go to Zaveri Bazaar, if you want a bar, you are most probably forced to buy a kilo of silver, whereas in the ETF, we don't know, I'm not sure of the denomination yet, but if affordability is any benchmark to go by, I would think that you should get at least 100 grams in multiples, if not smaller. So then it becomes a very affordable issue, and therefore you can buy silver in fractions of those bars. In Zaveri Bazaar, you are forced to buy a kilo, but in the ETF, you would definitely be able to buy a whole lot smaller pieces, which means that doing an SIP or systematic investment plan in silver using the ETF route suddenly becomes a whole lot more viable. No storage cost, because the ETFs are going to lie in your demat account just like any other stock. No fear of theft, and you can basically transact from the comfort of your cell phone, your broker's mobile trading app. You can simply transfer those ETFs. So it's like carrying a few hundred kilos of silver in your pocket, digitally of course. It basically then equates silver with gold, where you can carry a few bars of Cadbury bars of gold, as it is called in Zaveri Bazaar parlance. You could basically carry a few hundred crores worth of silver in your pocket using your cell phone. So net, I think the advantages of ETF in silver outweigh the worries, and therefore I think yes, you should go ahead and invest in silver ETFs as and when they are available. They are backed by physical silver with a third party custodian. So when you are owning say 100 grams or 1000 grams or maybe 10 kilos or 100 kilos of silver, remain assured that much silver in your name is lying in a custodian's lock and key somewhere, and to that extent you can sleep peacefully in the night. Friends, on this cheerful note, I bid goodbye to you, not before reminding you to click like on this video if you liked what you saw. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. Click on the bell icon to receive instant alerts about fresh videos being put up out here. Good, bad or ugly, I'd love to hear from my viewers, so please keep the lines of communication open. Do comment on my videos and help me reach out to fellow like-minded investors and traders by referring my video to your family and friends. Thank you for your patience. I wish you have a very, very profitable day ahead. This is Vijay Bhambwani signing off for now. Take care. Bye-bye.